Good morning. I'm Rashawn Gidwani, and you're watching the Daily Morning Note. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of February, 2023. Singapore stocks traded flat on Tuesday amid softer trading sentiment in the region. The Straits Times Index, or STI, fell 0.1%, or 1.89 points to 3,306.86. In Singapore, among the stocks to watch today is Nanofilm Technologies. Wall Street stocks finished decisively lower on Tuesday as angst over more Federal Reserve interest rate hikes in the pipeline added to the hit from retailers' lackluster forecasts. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ended 2.1% lower, down nearly 700 points at 33,129.59. Nanofilm Technologies posted a 43.6% drop in net profit to 25 million Singapore dollars in the 6 months ended December 31st, 2022, down from 44.3 million Singapore dollars the year before. This was mainly due to a fall in revenue during the second half of financial year 2022, along with an increase in some expenses. Earnings per share for the second half of financial year 2022 stood at 3.8 Singapore cents, down from 6.71 Singapore cents in the same period a year ago. Mainboard listed vehicle inspection company VCOM on Tuesday posted a 2.4% increase in net profit to 13.1 million Singapore dollars for the second half ended December 2022 from 12.8 million Singapore dollars the previous year. The second half revenue grew 6.3% to 55 million Singapore dollars from 51.7 million Singapore dollars in the year ago period. Agribusiness group Wilmar International posted an 8.6% rise in net profit to 1.2 billion US dollars for its second half in the 6 months ended December 31st, 2022, up from 1.1 billion US dollars in the same period a year prior. All its key business segments reported higher profits along with higher contributions from associates and joint ventures and lower tax rates, Wilmar said in a regulatory filing on Tuesday. Semcor Industries on Tuesday posted a 54% increase in its net profit for the second half ended December 31st, 2022 to 358 million Singapore dollars from 233 million Singapore dollars for the second half of 2021. The group attributed the improved profits to higher contributions from its renewables and conventional energy segments. Earnings per share for the energy company also rose 54% to 20.09 Singapore cents for the second half of 2022 from 13.06 Singapore cents for the second half of 2021. Flag carrier Singapore Airlines, or SIA, posted record operating profits for its third quarter on the back of robust demand for air travel across its network. Operating profit for the 3 months ended December 31st, 2022, rose 11.4% to 755 million Singapore dollars, up from 678 million Singapore dollars in the second quarter, which was itself a quarterly record then. Net profit for quarter 3 rose 12.7% to 628 million Singapore dollars, up from 557 million Singapore dollars in the preceding quarter. Rex International Holding will report a loss for its financial year 2022 because of lower volume of oil sold. The company says it expects to incur a loss for the year ended December 31st, 2022, but a strong positive EBITDA, positive cash flow, and strong cash position for the year. Dynamac Holdings has reported earnings of $10.1 million for the second half of financial year 2022, 4.2 times higher than the earnings of $2.4 million in the same period the year before. The higher earnings were attributable to several factors, including the higher revenue for the half-year period, higher gross profit margin, higher other income, and lower finance expenses. Qualcomm on Tuesday said it is launching a paid cloud software service to help companies that use its chips keep tabs on goods as they move through the supply chain. The San Diego, California company is the world's biggest provider of chips that help smartphones connect to mobile data networks. Tencent Holdings is in talks with Meta Platforms to distribute its MetaQuest line of virtual reality or VR headsets in China, 3 people familiar with the matter said. The talks between Tencent and Meta started last year and have continued in recent months, according to one of the sources who has direct knowledge of the matter, adding that the talks remain early stage and details have yet to be agreed. Walmart struck a cautious note in its economic outlook for 2023 on Tuesday as the retail bellwether forecast full-year earnings below estimates and warned that tight spending by consumers could pressure profit margins. Higher U.S. consumer prices and loftier costs for rental housing and food have raised fears among executives that the U.S. Federal Reserve could further lift borrowing costs to cool domestic demand, leading to an economic downturn in the second half of the year. Coinbase Global, the biggest U.S. cryptocurrency exchange, reported a fourth quarter revenue decline that was less than forecast by analysts. Fourth quarter revenue was $629.1 million US dollars, higher than the average analyst estimate of $581 million US dollars. It had $2.5 billion US dollars in revenue during the year earlier period. Porsche Automobile Holding has smashed records in the Schuldschein market on its debut, borrowing 2.7 billion euros in the largest ever deal for the German debt. The offering this month, which was initially marketed at only 500 million euros, pulled in about 120 investors, including European, Asian, and American banks, pension funds, and insurers. Holiday Inn owner IHG missed full-year revenue expectations as it was impacted by COVID-19 curbs in China, while a $750 million US dollar share buyback did little to cushion a drop in its share price on Tuesday. IHG reported full-year revenue of $1.84 billion US dollars and a 55% rise in operating profit from reportable segments of $828 million US dollars, both of which missed expectations. That's all for today. For financial news, tune in weekdays at 8:30 a.m. live on YouTube and Facebook. Please like and subscribe for more. See you again and have a great day.